guys, I'm back doing another video, and now 2013 is now coming to a close. Let's look back on this year of gaming and basically me listing off my favorite games of 2013. Now there are many games that I played within this year that I have played, but I haven't exactly necessarily finished them or got a good feel on basically my overall feelings. You can't exactly judge a game until you actually finish it. So that's why I'm basically showing off most of the games that I've only finished and really enjoyed this year. So there are some games such as The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. I've really enjoyed it, but I'm not exactly done with it yet. I'm still pretty early within the game, but I really am enjoying my experience. But I want to go and basically show off my games that I could basically give a fair judgment. So with all that in mind, let me just go into some of the categories that I will be going into later in this video, such as Best Wii U Game, Best PS3 Game, and Best 3DS Game, Best Action Adventure Game, and Best Platformer, Best RPG, and then we will get into Game of the Year, Surprise of the Year, Worst Game of the Year, and my Disappointment of the Year. So with all of those categories in mind, let's go into my only PC game within this video. So the only PC game that I've played this year that I've actually finished is Tomb Raider. This is a game that I recently picked up during the Steam summer sale. It was like $4 along with every single other Tomb Raider game, from the PS1 games to the more recent last generation or last generation on the Xbox, PS3. Basically those were all released on Steam, and I basically got that entire pack along with this one, Tomb Raider 2013, and I really did enjoy this game. This one is a great game. It is coming to the Xbox One and PS4, so if you guys own any of those consoles, you probably want to go and pick a game up for that console, whether it's the PS4 or the Xbox One. When Tomb Raider comes out for that, you better pick it up, because that is basically the PC version of Tomb Raider 2013, because the consoles could not run the graphically intensive of Tomb Raider. It basically on the Xbox and PS3 didn't run at its full potential. So it's basically the PC version on PS4 and Xbox One. But anyways, more about the game itself. It's a great game, great action adventure game. It's basically Uncharted, but with the Tomb Raider spin on things, and it's really fun. I love the combat, or should I say the shooting. I like running around and exploring the areas that you get to explore in. The story is alright. It's not exactly the best, but overall this game is pretty good, and as you guys can tell from my laptop here, I probably can't run it on this, and that is true because I did play it on my brother's gaming PC, which I will be building my own gaming PC eventually, but not this year. Of course, you know, 2013 is coming to a close. Maybe like early 2014 or something like that. But overall, final thoughts on Tomb Raider. It's a great action adventure game. If you like the Uncharted series and you are hungry for more games like that, check out Tomb Raider. It's on the Xbox 360, PS3, PC, and now coming to the PS4 and Xbox One. So now let's go and get into my favorite PS3 games that were released within this past year. Sly Cooper 4: Thieves in Time was an early title released within 2013. This was one of my most anticipated sequel this year, since I've been waiting for like 7 years for the sequel or something like that, a really long time. And the fact that Sinzaro Games, the people that made the Sly Cooper HD collection, was going out of their way and making a sequel to Sly Cooper 3: Honor Among Thieves was freaking awesome. And this Sly Cooper did live up to the hype, in my opinion. This is my second favorite Sly Cooper game out of the four, and right behind Sly 2: Band of Thieves. So great Sly Cooper game. If you guys want to hear more thoughts on this, my personal thoughts, link in the description below to my review. The next game is The Last of Us, and The Last of Us was a critically acclaimed title. This game got 10 out of 10s left and right, and I did do my personal review on this more recently. Again, link in the description below to this review, so if you guys want to hear more thoughts on it. But basically, a unique experience, something that I have never experienced before, melding the gameplay and the story so well, and it's a phenomenal game. Last week's video was a Ratchet & Clank review, Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus, and basically my thoughts on it was best Ratchet & Clank game in terms of its gameplay yet. More thoughts and more in depth into the game itself, link in the description below to my review. So yeah, those are basically my three PS3 games, my favorite out of this entire year, and freaking awesome games. And the best PS3 game released this year, it has to go to The Last of Us, because The Last of Us was a unique experience. Actually, it was something that I've never experienced before within a video game. Like I said, melding the story and the gameplay so well together. I had a bond between these two characters, seeing them grow together, seeing them become stronger as people, and basically, wow, just amazing game. Just check out my review, check out other people's reviews, because it's pretty much the same thing all around. So, amazing game. Now we will move on to the Wii U games. Let's go and get into the 3 games that I picked out for the Wii U favorite games this year. Pikmin 3, best Pikmin game out of the entire trilogy. If you have yet to go and play a Pikmin game, you should probably start off with this one, because this is the easiest one out of the series. Not saying that it's bad in a way. That's not bad, really, because saying that it's easy makes it more accessible for other players, because Pikmin 1 was kind of hard for me until I got to know the mechanics and everything like that. And Pikmin 3 is the best one out of the series, in my opinion. Refined so many problems that the series has been known for, and I'm glad that they fixed a lot of those problems. And yeah, if you guys want to go and get into the Pikmin series, I recommend starting from the beginning, even though this one is the much more accessible one, and this is the best one as well. So when you try to go back to the older ones, it'll feel a lot more downgraded, if you could say that. But still, Pikmin 3 is an amazing game. Rayman Legends was a game supposed to be released a while ago, but it got delayed because Ubisoft wanted to go and release it on multi-platform, and they wanted to release it on the Xbox 360. But of course, supposedly, if you release a game on the Xbox, you have to release it on every single other platform all at the same time, I believe. So that's why the Wii U version got delayed. I wish what they did is that they basically release the Wii U version. Just release this one, see on how it does. If it fails, you know, they don't make enough money, basically release it on other consoles. And I feel like that's what they should have done, but they had to make us Wii U owners wait, and this is basically the definitive version of Rayman Legends. And Rayman Legends is a 2D platformer, a great 2D platformer at that, and it is really fun, a nice challenge too, and controlling that little guy with the gamepad is really cool. It changes up the gameplay a bit, and it's still really fun. I love this game. It's a fun game, and I highly recommend it to anyone that likes platformers. And if you played Rayman Origins, you should not be disappointed with this one, because it's just as good. So amazing Rayman game. Last Wii U game is Super Mario 3D World. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know that I was going to put this one on the list, because Super Mario 3D World, like I said on Facebook and Twitter, one of the best Mario games released in quite some time. And I have not played a Mario game this extensively since Mario Galaxy. In this one, I am collecting all of the green stars and all that kind of stuff. I'm basically trying to 100% the game, and the levels later down the road, of course, become harder and harder, because, you know, it's later in the game and all that kind of stuff. And I really did enjoy this game. I love it. And like I said, one of the best Mario games released in a while, since lately it seems to be the same thing over and over again. So I'm glad that they changed the pace up a bit. So out of these 3 Wii U games, which one do I think is my favorite? Well, I have to say, this is going to be a tough one. It's a tie between Pikmin 3 and Mario 3D World, but I've got to say, Pikmin 3 really does take the spotlight for a best Wii U game released this year, just on the fact that this game really did suck a lot of hours out of me. I actually went out of my way to go and collect all of the fruit before I faced the final boss, and the final boss is really tricky. You need to go and use some strategy with them, and it's a lot of fun. You do lose a lot of Pikmin during the battle, but that doesn't matter, because that is the final stage before you actually finish the game, so it really doesn't really matter. And I highly recommend this game. If you guys want a Wii U, definitely pick this one up. If you guys own a Wii U, don't own this one yet, definitely pick it up, because it's a real-time strategy game, and I normally don't play games like that, but this one, this one takes a Nintendo spin on things, and Shigeru Miyamoto did it again with this one. An amazing game. When he makes games, he makes them amazing, and this one really does show, because controlling all of the different kinds of Pikmin, the 5 kinds of Pikmin, you got the rock Pikmin, the fire Pikmin, electric Pikmin, water Pikmin, and of course the flying Pikmin. It's really, really fun just seeing on what you could go and do with all of these different kinds of Pikmin, and it's a fun experience. It's really fun, and I don't think there's any more I could really say about this game that hasn't already been said. Now we will move on to the 3DS games. Now the 3DS has been killing it lately, doing a lot better than the Wii U, so basically Nintendo's not selling the Wii U at a loss, because the 3DS is doing so well, so amazing, and there were so many games released this year, and I'm just going to show you what I think about some of them. And Fire Emblem Awakening was one of the games released this year. A great RPG, and this is a fun game. And when it was first released, it was limited. Somehow the shipments of this game got delayed or something, I don't know, so that basically made the game pretty rare at the time. So I managed to go and pick one up around that time, and I'm glad I didn't pay like $60 that people were paying for. I managed to go and get it for $40, the retail price, and I love this game. I have like 90 hours in it, because I played it the first time like halfway through, and then I stopped because a lot of my teammates died, because I really didn't care, and I played it on the mode where basically if someone dies, they don't come back. And then the second time I tried to go and keep as many teammates as I can, but I did not know or learn about the after they are maxed out in terms of levels, you could further level them up if you change them into a different class. And I did that, and then I learned about the merit system as well around that time. So I basically played the game like a little bit more than halfway through 3 times, and on my 3rd time I actually finished the game. I had a lot of fun. Great game on the 3DS, highly recommended, and another must-own title for the 3DS. Animal Crossing New Leaf was one of those games that I try to avoid like the plague, and this game was something different. I've never played life sim games because I find those boring and not exactly appealing, but it seems like that Nintendo has done something different with this one. Instead of making super realistic, they involve, of course, animals in the mix, and in this one you are the mayor, so you can do a lot of more things than you can do in previous titles, and this is basically the best Animal Crossing game to date. So this is a really fun game. I'm so invested into this game. I have over 140 hours, which is not enough compared to what other people have. Some people have like 500 hours or something like that, but this game really I am invested into it right now, so I am having a lot of fun, and recommended for the 3DS. Another great game. Pokemon X was a major release on the 3DS, and this game was released on the same day as the 2DS. So yeah, I guess they were trying to release it on the same day to go and push the 2DS. But from my understanding, a lot of people are still getting the 3DS and the 3DS XL. Not a lot of people are getting the 2DS. But anyways, Pokemon X. This is basically the most refined Pokemon game to date. It's not exactly my favorite, since the selection of Pokemon is a bit weird and there's not a lot of new Pokemon for this generation, but in terms of gameplay, it is the most refined to date. They added a lot of new mechanics and a lot of different things for people that are longtime fans of the series, like Super Training and Pokemon Me, a bunch of other features that I just can't even list off on the top of my head, because this game has so much content in it, and it's probably the best Pokemon game to date, but in my opinion, it's probably in my top 3. Project X Zone or Project Cross Zone is another RPG released on the 3DS, and this is a really fun game. I love it. It's a spectacle fighter, but with RPG elements built in. I didn't play this game for the story. I mainly played it for the gameplay, because I don't even know like half of these characters within this game. I mean, I know Dante, I know Ryu. That's a person from Resident Evil, I think. X. We got Ulala, and then a bunch of other characters I really don't know. And this is basically I'm not sure how to call it, a fan letter or something like that. But basically, this is basically going out to all of the fans of this series. I think like Dot Hack characters are in here and stuff like that. But this is a really fun RPG. If you have yet to pick it up, I highly recommend it, and it's a great 3DS title. So out of the 4 games that I've shown you today for the 3DS, which one do I think is my favorite? And out of these 4, I've got to say, I really have to say it got to be Fire Emblem Awakening. Fire Emblem Awakening was a series that I've never really gotten into until this entry, and I'm glad I did, because this is a great game. People are still playing it to this day, downloading the DLC, and still experiencing the story all over again, because this game is just so amazing and great. And I was playing this game months on end when I first got it. I wasn't really into it, but as I played more, I really did get invested, and I had a lot of fun with this title. A great RPG for the 3DS. Now let's go into my Xbox games that I have. Now for the Xbox, I only have 2 games, and let me just go and talk about Gears of War Judgment, one of the only, well, probably the only exclusive that I was interested for the Xbox 360 this year, and that was Gears of War Judgment. This is a prequel to the Gears of War franchise, and the story was alright. The gameplay, they changed up the controls for it, which I was fine with. The controls were still the same, still felt great, and overall, pretty decent Gears of War title. Probably the weakest one within the series, but still a pretty damn good entry within the series overall. And the multiplayer was pretty fun. The mode where you played as the Locust, and you could go and invade the enemy team as the Cog, and it was really fun. I really did enjoy that mode. So great game. GTA 5 was a hype beast of the game, having so much hype, and yeah, it did live up to the hype from the records they broke and everything about the game. And if you guys want to hear my thoughts on the game, because I don't exactly have them all in my head right now, you could basically check out my review, link in the description below. So, great sandbox game. Now let's get into my favorite action-adventure game released this year. Or the best action-adventure game, you could say. Now, the best action-adventure game released this year was, of course, Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was a phenomenal action-adventure game. It had so many moments when I was playing it on my brother's PC. I was like, wow, this game looks great, you know, cinematics and, like, the scenes where you're basically, like, going down a waterfall or climbing a hill or something like that. It was a great experience. This game was a lot of fun, especially for the price I paid for it, $3-4 around there. Great game. If you guys have yet to play it, be sure to play it, because this is a game that is worth your time and money, in my opinion, and is a great action-adventure game, and that's why it wins my best action-adventure game of 2013. Now for the best platformer released this year, it has to go to Sly Cooper 4, Thieves in Time. Not just because I love the Sly Cooper series as a whole, it's because this is a great platformer. A lot of people that have yet to go and experience the franchise for themselves, and this one being their first one, they really did enjoy the game, and this is a great entry within the series, but I do not recommend this being your first. I recommend you play all of the games in order, and this game overall is a great platformer, to be honest. I mean, Rayman Legends was pretty close to winning this one, but Sly Cooper 4, Thieves in Time really did win, because I put a lot of time and effort, you know, getting all of the achievements, or trophies, my bad. Getting all of the trophies, completing all of the story missions, and basically 100%ing this game. And I had a lot of fun doing it, so that's why it wins the best platformer release within 2013. Now for best RPG released this year, it has to go to Fire Emblem Awakening. From all of the praising I've been doing before on the 3DS segment, this game really did show on what other RPGs I could experience. Pokemon X did bring a lot of new things to the table for Pokemon games, but it was still more of the same. And I mean, with the the new mechanics they feature within Pokemon X and Y, I did enjoy those, but Fire Emblem Awakening really did win, because over 90 hours, like, really, like, I've never ever put that much time within an RPG before, so that's why it wins Best RPG of 2013. Now for Game of the Year this year, of course, I've been saying it earlier. If you guys watch my review of this game, it has to go to The Last of Us, and just because it was a unique experience, something that I've never experienced before, I'm gonna just keep repeating myself because it is all true. Just something that I've never experienced before, melding the story and the gameplay so well, me being so invested within these characters, and I cannot wait for the DLC for The Last of Us to come out, because I want to know more about the story about Ellie and Joel, and on how everything before or during this apocalypse happened. So great game. If you guys have a PS3 or planning on getting one, definitely pick this one up. Now my surprise of 2013, it has to go to Animal Crossing New Leaf, because this is a life sim game and I normally don't play these kind of games, and this one really did hook me in within the Animal Crossing fever. Very addicting, very enjoyable, and I like going to my friends' towns or inviting my friends over, and this is a lot of fun. I really did enjoy this title. Over 140 hours within this game, my most played 3DS game yet, so let's see if any other 3DS games within 2014 could beat that, but I highly doubt it. Now for the worst game released this year, this is going to be a shock to a lot of people, but it's going to Shin Megami Tensei 4, released on the 3DS. The main reason I picked this up was because of the $30 eShop deal you got when you registered these on Club Nintendo. If you have Shin Megami Tensei 4 and Fire Emblem Awakening, and I was like, you know what? I'll pick this one up. I'm basically paying $10, and I picked up a bunch of little eShop games that I really wanted to go play for a while now. But anyways, more about Shin Megami Tensei 4 and why it is the worst game I've played this year. The reason being is because I've given this game multiple chances. The first time I played it, I was not listening to what was going on. I was confused. I didn't know what I was doing. So I gave it a second chance. Well, the first time was my fault. So I gave it a second chance, basically with an open mind, basically no headphones, a quiet room, basically play this game and listen to everything that's happening. And I was not getting into the story. It's probably because this is the fourth one within the series, and I don't even know what's going on. But the gameplay really did disappoint me, because I heard a lot of good things about the gameplay, but I just did not get into it. Because you're just this guy right here. You can name him yourself or whatever you want to name it, and I just did not like the battle system. You basically go into a dungeon or a cave or whatever, you friend or kill these monsters, and the recommended way is to go and friend them so then they can help you in battle. But they're just so weak, and they're just not even bothered with, and sometimes you try to friend them but they just don't want to be your friend and they just kill you or whatever. And like, I just could not get into this game. I gave it another chance. I just could not get into it. But again, I'm yet to finish the game, which I probably won't because I could not get into it. So I mean, that's just my opinion. I know that a lot of people loved this game when it came out, but in my opinion, it just did not. It's just not my cup of tea of RPGs. This is a different kind of RPG, so yeah. Now my disappointment of 2013, it is going to Adventure Time, Explore the Dungeon, because I don't know, released for 3DS. And the main reason I bought this is because the collector's edition. I own the previous one, Hey Ice King, Why'd You Steal Our Garbage, for the 3DS collector's edition. I own that one, so I was like, you know what, might as well just go and get this one. And the fact that the case is BMO, that's awesome. So, and the game really did disappoint me. I thought that this game would be just as good or even better than the previous game, Hey Ice King, Why'd You Steal Our Garbage. I thought it would be just as good or better, but it just disappointed me. It wasn't that great, and I heard that the console version is better. Well, of course, it should be, of course. You know, from going to handheld to console, it should be better. But it's only better because of the multiplayer, and the 3DS version does not have multiplayer. So, from what a lot of people have been saying is that don't pick this one up, rent it or borrow it from a friend, or get it when it's on clearance, because it's only fun when you're playing with friends. And personally, the gameplay got really stale and boring. All you do is go into a randomized dungeon, collect things, go back, spend them, go back into the dungeon, do the same thing over and over again. And the gameplay just got really boring and stale. So that is basically my favorite games of 2013 video. If you guys want to see my last year's video, it's not as good as quality. I will put a link in the description below to that, along with my Facebook and Twitter for frequent updates of my future videos and other stuff that I'll just talk about. If you guys like these kinds of videos, I might do more in the future, just me talking about games. And of course, I do have my very own reviews and all that. Check out my channel. I do a bunch of other stuff. New videos up every Saturday. If you like video games, you will enjoy my channel, I hope. So, and if you guys want to see me play games, I have my very own Let's Play channel called tvsonicplays, and I upload videos there every Sunday. So I think that is about it. Thank you guys for watching this video again, and I'll see you guys next time with more videos. Game on, gamers!